Hello, and welcome everybody. I am so excited to be here with you today. Today is July 15th, 2020, and this is your virtual financial Team Prosperity Wednesday meeting. And I've got a big announcement. I'm really excited about it. I know Mike's got a really great presentation for us, so we'll just go ahead and just jump right into it. I appreciate everybody being here, as well as all the people taking the time to listen to the recording. It's very much appreciated. And it's a really, really exciting time in our business right now. Things are really exploding, and a really cool announcement that we have been waiting for a while, that's been in the works, and finally all the information just came out today. So we're literally getting emails back and forth from all of the top people about all the details about this new E&O. Really, really excited. You know, we want to get in there before August 1st and get it all set up. I'm going to go through some of the details here right now. Marsh is going to be the new company handling it. Who's Marsh? They're a global leader in insurance brokering and risk management. They have offices in more than 130 countries. They're experts. They help clients anticipate, quantify, and fully understand the range of risks they face in today's increasingly uncertain global risk environment. Anyway, so they help their clients thrive and survive. I'm not going to read all of this stuff, but it seems pretty easy to sign up for it. Right when you log into WFG, it's like the first thing that you see. You click on it, you can click on sign up. What's happening with the E&O, you know, you can look at all the details, what you can expect, you know, from this new great company. You're able to get your documents right there. They've got their toll-free number, their email for support. And of course, New York agents still have to have their own E&O. You know, million or more. That hasn't changed, and that's going to stay the same. Anyways, I just got an email about this from Bill Mitchell. Really exciting. You know, prices went down. It's going to be handled by a third party. It's going to really free up, you know, a lot of our people. As a builder, nobody's E&O rolls up, which is amazing, and of course the better rates. So everybody should be getting a link to sign up, where they can just go through their MyWFG. It does give you a chance to add cyber insurance. You don't need that for your downline. So not for your downline. That's if you're just 1099ing or W-2ing, you know, employees. So anyways, if you need clarification on that, let me know. You want to get that done by August 1st. There is a PDF that takes you kind of step by step. It's pretty easy. You click on Enroll Now, enter your information and all of your contact information. They give you an option to do it for the year or quarterly. So anyways, if you need help, let me know, let your SMD know. It should be pretty straightforward. But on to the fun stuff. I know Mike's got a great presentation for us, so let me get out of this and go back over here to the room and grab Mike. And I cannot wait to see his presentation. I know he's been working hard on it. Here he is. Thank you.
Okay, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. I want to get into today a couple things. One, we're going to release our Team SMD channel on the WealthWave system, so I did want to make sure you guys know what's available on there, how to use it, and then also go through some other things that will hopefully help you guys build your business. We are coming on to the very great time of the year for this industry and a lot of other people as far as business-wise. You know, September, October, November, parts of August are very, very good for our business. So what you want to understand is that when you look at the business cycle and you've got something coming up that's supposed to be the sweet spot for the year, anything you do now has an immediate direct impact on your business, but it also is building towards those months. And in a digital model like that we have with exponential growth possibilities, in a 6-month period of time, you can have amazing growth in this type of business model. Team channel gets released today. After we're done here, I'll put the link on the Facebook group, and all you have to do, just like the virtual financial channel, is be logged into your WealthWave 360 system, put in that link, and it'll upload the channel, and we'll go through exactly what's there, how to use it, and how it's going to be a tool for you guys going forward in terms of management and leadership. Remember, everything we have going on right here is a bunch of infrastructure that we as entrepreneurs get to access and get to build a business within a business based on, what we want to see happen. Right now, this has been a crazy year, obviously, for a number of reasons, but discipline equals dollars right now. If you're disciplined with your business model, if you're disciplined with your activity, if you're disciplined with your accountability to yourself and your team, good things are going to happen. The more disciplined that you can be, just think of it as equating to more money coming in your bank account right now. It's easy to drift, especially in the digital or virtual model. Stay connected as best that you can, but the way that you stay connected to your business day in, day out is through the activity, because you're not going to get to an office and multiple offices without going through that front end of the marketing. One of the things that has to be part, I think, of your everyday experience is, yes, you're probably doing this for those people in your life. You're probably doing this for some charitable causes. You have the ability to make a great amount of money here, but in the beginning, in the trenches, building this day to day, you got to have some type of a selfish reason, something that you want, something that you can feel with emotion, something that you can place yourself there in X amount of time. Having accomplished that, that's what's going to get you motivated to go out and do what you need to do day in, day out. And that's why we develop systems, or why we use systems that were developed for time management. 12-week year is an incredible system. We've been going over goals. We've been going over our vision, our tactics. This past week, we went over making sure we have enough in our marketing legs going to develop enough lead generation to have enough outcomes for us. These are all things that we need to make sure that we understand for our business, but even beyond the goals that we have set for our business and beyond the goals that we have set for a compressed time frame like the 12-week year, we need to have goals and objectives for everything that we do. And when you start to develop that mindset, it's really easy to do what we need to do, because if you're sending out a text, if you're sending out an email, if you're posting something, if you're calling somebody, there should be an objective or a target or a goal for that activity. Usually it's continuing and directing a conversation down a flow or a pipeline to action steps along the way that lead to the resolution of that lead. So remember, everything you do, if you start getting the mindset of understanding, why am I doing this? What do I want out of this particular action or activity? Becomes easier to build this, and then you start making decisions based on data instead of emotional decisions. And that's really where your business starts to take off. In the beginning, really the metrics that you want to look for as yourself to set the example and build your own business, but also for your partners. 3 clients, 3 partners. They can work on that, and they can count on that for themselves each and every month. Then A, they're starting to get money. They're starting to get paid for their activity. B, they're also accessing the building side of this, so that starts to manufacture. But this starts to create what you eventually want to see, which is the portfolio of digital agencies. If you're falling short every month and it comes from you, well, that's a significant hit, because that's direct versus organizational growth. So you have to set the fire, and you have to continue month after month after month to do what you need to do to set that foundation for your business. One of the ways that we try to help the partners make easy sales and generate easy revenue and income for themselves and their office that they're building is living benefits. Whether it's a new insurable need or whether it's a possible upgrade situation, you want to become a living benefits expert. It is a very easy contract to understand. They're going to pay so much for a death claim, and they're going to pay a percentage of that for different types of living events that could potentially happen to us, that actually happen to a lot of us, that creates a hedge. So instead of describing this as insurance, it's part of the financial plan. It's one of the milestones. It's one of the building blocks, and the best way to get that taken care of right now is with a living benefits policy if they can qualify when they apply. Now, what does becoming a living benefits expert mean? Does it mean that you know about all the conditions and everything and all the medical triggers? It means that you know the product well enough to explain it to somebody else in a simplistic elementary kindergarten way that makes sense to them and helps them understand the benefits of having that in their financial plan. Don't get caught up in the jargon, the insurance talk, the medical language. It's going to put people going the opposite way instead of coming and gravitating towards the actual buying decision. So remember, when we say become an expert, it actually become an expert to break things down simplistically. And everything that you do day in, day out for your business, partners, clients, is going to come from the tier 1. So that's why we say the tier 1 is the foundation of your business. It's going to drive awareness to your assets. It's going to create interest from a percentage of those people. It's going to manufacture a decision and lead to action steps. So that's what you want to create, a funnel that leads down to an action step. So that's why we say, even at the awareness step, no matter what you're doing, should have an objective or a target or a goal associated with that. Remember, as you're coming into the circle, the tier 1 can create partner conversations, client conversations. If it is a client conversation, we always teach the partner coming in what a full financial needs analysis is, and that is a tier 3, which is a prep appointment, which is laying down some financial 101 concepts and gathering the data. The tier 5 is the presentation of that full F&A report, should lead down to some next action steps, recommendations, possible product sales. However, you're still using the system if it's not a full F&A, and really about a third of our sales come from full F&As. The other 2/3 come from multiple different types of client activity and interaction. But you're still using the system. Don't think because it's not a full F&A then it doesn't fall within the circle. Look at the 3 as a client prep appointment, and look at the 5 as a client presentation appointment. So you're preparing and you're presenting. You're gathering some type of data, talking to the person, getting information so that you're not coming back with just like a quote and an illustration. You're coming back with some type of a solution based on their particular unique situation. Tier 3 and 5, yes, it's a full F&A, but if it's not, still the combination of those 2 appointments is preparing and presenting, getting the data, offering a solution. And as you're building, the system also rewards you. So when you're looking at your business and saying, how do I get leads? How does my office get leads? Well, we're going to talk about that, but one of the ways built into the system to reward you guys as builders for your efforts and your activities is the 4 and the 6. It should be manufacturing between that appointment and that appointment 20-plus warm market CRM leads for that new partner. So if you got organizational growth of 10, all those people are trained that month, and that's 200 warm market leads that's coming into that office that could potentially provide you with organizational growth, but also potentially provide that new partner with a very important first income, very important first, partner interview, things that are going to get them excited. So understand, yes, there's an organizational advantage to this, but there's also an individual new partner advantage. We're not just trying to do things for the betterment of one half or one party. It's a mutually beneficial relationship we're trying to form here, doing things that provide value on both sides. So as you build, you manufacture or start to self-manufacture leads through the system. And remember, each one of those partners, so we want to make data-driven decisions. If you hire 20 people starting out, you need to understand, out of those 20 people, between a training sale 1, which is an exchange to you as the direct partner, and a training sale 2 and 3, which they get paid on and they participate in commission revenue, but you're making a spread as they're going up to marketing director, that's worth something to you. It's worth X, Y, Z, whatever it might. Now, if somebody quits, they don't do anything, it's worth 0. If somebody makes the exchange in the 2 sales and that's worth, 1,000, 2,000, whatever it might be, over the course of time, you're going to have enough data to understand that a new hire I expect to be worth X amount. If it's $1,000 and you've got 3 people coming directly to you into your organization every month, your recruiting or building or hiring efforts, whatever it is that you want to call it, should be worth about $3,000 on average from that month of activity. Now, if we've got client sales coming in, we've got upgrade sales coming in, we've got organizational growth, you can see how the legs of revenue and income grow to get you up to 10K, 20K, whatever it is that you're looking for. But if you don't know what your business produces in revenue and income, it's hard to grow, and it's impossible to scale that. So remember, not emotional decisions, not just throwing things out there, giving them a half chance and giving up on them, or sticking with things too long that produce no results. We just want to look at what's happening, what am I doing, what results is that getting, and how do I either get rid of things that aren't working, and how do I throw fuel on the fire for things that are actually working. And we're doing it every day. If you're consistent in this business, your data gets consistent, it gets easier to read, and it gets easier to grow and scale this business. And then when people come in, you're able to provide an environment and atmosphere where you're able to instruct people on what to do, why to do it, and how to get the results, there's significant growth in that office, and that leadership and management is also exported out into your portfolio of digital agencies as well, with, on top of the system, you know, those two things combined. Leadership in the system is going to take you to great heights in this business. But it really all comes back to what you're trying to do. So if you're developing a marketing plan, if you're tier one contact and tier one confirm is one-sided or it lacks multiple legs, then that's a problem. So every day we've got multiple things that we're doing to try to create interested prospects, try to create lead generation, because we know that lead generation will create the outcomes. Well, we've got to identify what are our sides of the cube, or exactly what is it that we're doing, because when we go out every day and we're having the marketing activities that produce outcomes, if it's little or if it's none, obviously that's going to have a significant impact on the back-end outcomes. So what are we doing? The next couple of weeks for you guys, if you're new, you want to think about that. How am I going to develop marketing legs? What do I want to go after? What's my plan of action on that front-end tier one contact and confirm, so we can help you? Because the problem is, number one, you have to decide how you want to build your business. I don't endorse any lead vendors. I don't use any lead vendors. I do have a data vendor, but as far as buying leads, don't do it. I don't think that I would ever put my name or, you know, the team's reputation behind somebody. We teach you guys how to generate your own leads. That gives you control of your business, because even if you are having a relationship with a lead vendor and you're doing well, something happens on that relationship, the quality of the leads go down, that person goes out of business, you take a significant hit because you are not in control of the complete line A to Z. When you generate your own leads and teach other people how to do that, now you're in control, and that's exactly what's going to give you the maximum efficiency in this business if you control all aspects. So if you guys want to take on relationship with lead vendors, that's fine, but we don't endorse or recommend any particular ones. What we do recommend is having enough going on to create marketing diversification. You constantly need new eyes and a new audience. That's part of the build, engage, sell. If you're not building an audience, then you're missing out on a big part of what we do day to day. And that's on multiple channels. And then through that process, you get to massage the relationship with the product or the opportunity. You got to know how to provide value to the audience that you're engaging with and that you're building. And through that process, you can pepper in product, opportunity in an engaging way. It gets a percentage of those people raising their hand. So the build, engage, sell, big part of what we do. If you do that daily, it will have a compounding effect. And you've got plenty of stuff to put out there. In the WealthWave 360 system, you've got 5 websites, you've got email marketing campaigns, you've got kits, you've got all types of stuff that you can explore. We've never had more tools than we have right now. All you got to do is just go deploy those tools in an effective way and watch what happens in the marketplace, because in our industry, it's a great migration of people and money on the move right now. Traditional industry is suffering, and people are looking for a way to do business. But it goes back to your cube. How many marketing legs do you have set up? How many sides of the cube are actually functioning? Because I talk to too many people, and I say, where's your lead generation coming from? Well, it's coming from LinkedIn. Well, imagine a one-legged stool. You can't build a business just off LinkedIn. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you can't do that, especially if you're not willing to master the platform. So, for example, if you are on LinkedIn and you're not doing everything that you possibly can to master that platform, and that's your only marketing leg, that's a problem. Because think about, like, if you were a magician and you had one trick, you would make sure that you mastered that trick, right? To make sure it's flawless, to make sure you are the person that does that perfectly for the audience, because you got one and only one trick. Same thing here. If you're on LinkedIn and that's, 80, 90, 100% of your marketing, you better take the time and effort to learn how to master that platform and be one of the top 3 to 5% of people on that platform. It's not going to happen overnight, but it has tremendous rewards if you do it correctly. The way that we can count on LinkedIn for organic lead generation without asking your partner to do anything on the front end other than follow our lead is through the message sequence. So yes, LinkedIn is a huge lead generation source for you, can't be your only one, and you've got to be consistent and you've got to be targeted there. For example, we use a 3-message sequence: the introductory message, the help message, and the how money works message over a 45-day process with any new LinkedIn connection that accepts our connection request. And through that process, we are hoping to get 30% of our new connections on the phone in the first 45 days with one of those 3 messages. Now, the data that we have so far shows us that message 1 gets about a 6 to 10% response. Message 2 out of the remaining sample population, another 6 to 10%. And by the time we get down to message 3, it's 3 to 8%. So when you look at this, we're averaging, depending on where we are on the spectrum, 15 to 28% total on the 3-message sequence. So when you're looking at lead generation, you're looking at the system and you're looking at other things that we do, including LinkedIn, one of the ways that we get the phone calls is by making sure that we follow something, make sure it's done consistently, and making sure that through those messages, we're showing interest in other people, or we're showing interest in helping other people. And the final part of that, guys, is just making sure that you've got the command of the call and the presentation of that call to continue and direct it down to an endpoint. Another leg of marketing can be some front-end email. Now, you cannot take data and load it into the WealthWave system. The WealthWave system is for people that have shown interest in what you have to offer in some way, conversation, whatever it might be. It's a great follow-up system to give them more information. But on the front end, you can develop email marketing with some data, and I'll provide you guys with whatever data you want. And then through that process, emailing some general information out, and then looking at the campaigns to see, okay, who actually, clicked on there, who opened the email, and then creating follow-up. So if I send 100 messages out, 3 people opened it, 1 person clicked on the link, that's a follow-up sheet. That's a lead contact for me. I'm going to follow up with the intent of asking about the email or something about the email. So remember, just calling 100 people randomly on cold calls is a waste of time because you're going to get a 4 to 6% contact rate. And those people, there's no telling if they want to talk to you, they care about what you have to say, or interested in anything you have to offer. Now, on the other side, if you're preemptively using data to filter that through and find at least people with general interest about at least the subject line of your email, now you've created another leg of marketing for yourself. And you want to automate as much of that as you can. And when we go into the WealthWave system, we automate even further, but this is all going to lead down to product sales, partner interviews, a lot of things for you, but it also leads down to the learning curve, which is the last piece, which is the phone. And when you've got enough marketing legs out there, and you've got enough people with eyes on your assets, and you've got enough calendar events happening, you've got enough people showing up for those calendar events, the last thing is making sure that you know what to say on the phone, how to command the conversation, not overpowering it, listening, asking questions, and just reading that person's situation. How can I possibly help them, if all? And then once you get confident on the phone, guys, that's just a process. You're just going through that every day, and you've got the filter, you got the cycles of communication going on, you're finding the right partners, you're helping the right clients, and you're filtering out the wrong people. But everything that you do, look at it as a process. You're going to have to water some of this stuff. You're going to have to take care of it. You're going to have to learn some of this stuff, but it's well worth it because, for example, right now, what we teach you guys to do on LinkedIn, your cost of acquisition of a client or a partner is 0. You definitely can't beat that. So we're well positioned, and you guys need to understand that. And going into this fall and early part of next year, and really the entire 2021, you need to press it, and you need to understand your advantages and how to articulate that in the marketplace to get the right person, because we're not talking about 6 months from now. We're not talking about next year. We're positioned for this decade and beyond. So when you're talking to people, a lot of people don't even have a plan for next week. We've got a plan that really covers the next 50 years. That's tremendous. We've got everything in place for somebody who truly understands this. It should be exciting, and it should be seen pretty quickly. And that's the good part about our marketing up front. We don't rebuttal. We don't convince. We don't explain. We invite people to take a look at what we're doing, letting the videos do the heavy informational lifting for us, and then just kind of sorting people where they need to be. And we're able to do this in an effective way now because we have been doing it for a while. So we're not just throwing up Zoom and trying to figure out how to interact with people online. We're executing in the virtual environment, and that means something. We've got a head start, first mover advantage. And you got partnerships. So when you start to understand who are your partners, and I always say when you look at this ring, it's a lot of infrastructure out there that us as partners, entrepreneurs, builders get to access. We provide the human element, the personnel, the leadership, and then we watch what happens when it hits the viral growth. Remember, WealthWave, they provide two big things. They provide a nice marketing system for us, and they also provide a couple of our missions that we are able to take in the marketplace. So when somebody asks what we do or what we're all about, two main things that we do. We teach people how money works, and we provide a bridge for employee to entrepreneur. That's our two main missions. So WealthWave, understand what they bring and understand what they mean to the circle here in terms of your business. And understand when you're talking to people, this isn't about building landing pages. This isn't about doing anything to try to get something up over the next 18, 24 months. It's a plug-and-play, predictable, profitable model that can take off in a big way if structured correctly. There's a lot of people out there, especially in insurance groups, that talk numbers. So 126 is what we get paid on Transamerica through the grid, and then what we get paid with Transamerica through the grid with the 10 years of renewals, I think 179%. So number one, you need to understand what numbers mean. Our contract is not a producer contract. It's a broker contract, and that means it's built. It's not bought, hustled, handed, earned, not given. So you've got to build into this contract, but when you understand the advantage of this contract, it makes sense to the right people. Now, other people out there that say 120%, whatever it might be, you have to understand numbers are numbers. They could be getting 9 months, they could be getting 6 months. So understand that if someone wants to remain a producer and just build a book of business, be an independent agent, whatever they might do, that's fine. That's not a place for them because they really don't understand how to access success in this industry, which is building distribution. So when you look at ours, you have to understand this right here is an independent producer, an independent agent building a book of business. And then when you look at what a broker contract kind of visualizes, this is a broker contract. You have the opportunity to lead, build a team, build multiple teams, build multiple offices that will create, multiple channels of distribution coast to coast that equals multi-million dollars of revenue in multiple legs. So understand that you can only do so much as an individual, and if you break down and can't perform the daily task, you're screwed. If you've got distribution built, if you got a team behind you, you can take this in multiple directions. You have to have an exit strategy with a cash flow asset that pays you a lot of passive income. We are looking for people that want to build distribution, want to be brokers, and understand the value of that. Because there's a lot of possibilities that come with that. There's a lot of positive possibilities that can create, generational wealth for our families. And this is where a broker contract leads us. Some of these top contracts on the IMO platform, if you look at $2.25 million rolling 12 months, if you look at having 9 direct base shops, which is what's required, that's an average of $250 a year in the base shop. $250 a year in the base shop divided by 12 every month is $20,800 a base shop. That's 7 policies at $250 an average. So this is not hard. In a traditional model, it was difficult. I think in our digital model, we will crush these numbers. And I think that you guys will see the advantages in the next 24 to 36 months in the way that we affect how the bonus pool money is paid out, because quite frankly, traditional cannot keep pace with us. And this is where you come in. If you are a builder, then you extract the most value out of our platform. So your job is very important. You bring marketers, inviters, financial professionals, and consultants together in a way where both parties are happy, both parties are making money, and they've got the assistance from you that they need to make sure everything's flowing correctly. Out of these other 2 roles, you will have some management material come out of that. But your job is to provide everything on the front end that both these parties need so that revenue, income, and confidence continues to grow. And remember, this is if you're going to build a portfolio of digital agencies, number one, any partner that qualifies for senior vice president in the packet that goes for the sign-off to the home office, it's got to have this tracking sheet. So number one, it has to be done. Number two, Lana and I still keep one, and I think that when we talk to offices, it's easier for you to see what's going on when you can say, hey, pull your base shop track sheet up and let me see what's going on, because you can identify, are there problems with admin in the group? Are there problems with slow development? Whatever it is, it's easier to pinpoint something when you have a bird's eye view of what's going on. And you want to dominate your market. So our market is pretty big. We're not territorial restricted. You want to go out there, and like I always tell you guys, you can't be everything to everyone. You want to pick a persona on the partner side, on the client side. You want to dominate that persona in that particular market. You want to be that expert to that persona. The 1%ers is where this particular model in terms of income can take you guys. But to be a 1%er, you've got to be willing to do what the other 99% won't do. So understand, this is not just something that you come in and it just falls in your lap. You build it, but once you build it and velocity starts, watch what happens, because there's nothing that can stop the growth. It's not going to be a straight line. And your travel, your journey here is going to look really skewed and messy right here. But at the end of the day, you're still getting back to that same point B. It's just not going to be a direct line. What you want to do is smooth out some of this during your onboarding process, during your building process, so that we get closer and closer to this type of an arrow over time, or this type of a line. Remember, even on your worst days where you don't feel like doing anything and, you're having little or no activity for the business, know that every hour in this platform, there's basically $100,000 being paid out. So when you're not doing anything, reinvigorate yourself and understand that the money on this platform that can be made can significantly do good things for you, your inner circle, and people that you don't even know. Go after it. We've got a digital model that can claim a lot. So let's get down to the team channel. I think this is going to help you guys not only in accessing some information for you and your partners, but also it's a great management tool. Going back to the infrastructure, part of the conversation earlier, this is going to allow you guys to get information in front of people in a very organized way. One of the things that we're going to be teaching today, and I just put this up so you guys have access to it so you can go back and kind of write it down, but the things that are uploaded into our team channel, the email messages are the email messages that I created originally for our account. So what we have to do is we have to view that message, just what needs to be changed, create the message, edit it, send yourself a test message to proofread it, find the email in your recent activity, and add it to your library. Once it's been edited and added to your library, you have your copy, and you can pull it up for any reason, including building campaigns. So this will make more sense in a minute. And then the email marketing campaigns. Remember, when we talk about automation, when we talk about staying in front of people with different types of communication, if we've opened up a conversation or communication with somebody and they've shown interest on the client side, the partner side, they wanted to book something, and it goes in the WealthWave 360 system, you can automate that follow-up email drip system so that you don't have to worry about when to send an email to them. Did I forget it? What did I send to it last? The more that you can automate in your business, more time it frees you up to have those all-important conversations with people. So let's go over here and talk a little bit about our channel. So at the end of this, I'll post the link in the Facebook group, and all you have to do, and if you don't have your virtual financial channel, let me show you real quick. You should have a virtual financial channel. If you don't, let me know. There's an activation link that you need. Same thing with our channel. There's an activation link. Your homepage right here for WealthWave is going to show you last 30 days. Okay, what emails have been sent out? What are the open rates? What are the click rates? If there's any opt-outs right here, you'll see that. But this is a great communication and follow-up tool and management tool, because I can go to the opens and I can actually see, okay, based on that email, they opened it. Let's give them a call back and try to do one thing and one thing only, resolve the lead. Either they're interested or they're not interested, or some other variable comes up. I want to talk to the people who are opening the emails. Now, in the channel, when you download the channel, if you don't see the channel, you just have to go up to your screen and make it a little bit smaller, zoom in, so the channel opens up. But this is our channel, and once you have everything in place, it'll be right here. Now, the library is open. But also, when you have your own channel as an SVP or SMD on the platform, you can manage your channel. This is where you'll upload things. But essentially, we've got email messages, we've got videos, and we've got downloads that I've loaded up specifically for you guys. So on the emails right here, some of the stuff did not load up. So I don't have everything in here. Some of the client emails, I think, were a little bit too long and had too many graphics to load up. There is mostly here emails for two reasons. Number one, direct partner interest, and in other words, follow up for people who have shown interest in what we're doing. And then number 2 is general interest. So they have some general but not specific interest in what we're doing on the partner side. Got emails for that as well. Now, when you open these, like we were talking about a minute ago, so right here, when you click on the 3 dots, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to view the email. And when you view the email right here, it's going to show you a bunch of things. If there's a picture that goes to our website, you need to replace that. And also the link right here needs to be replaced as well. And all you have to do is do this one time, create, go in, highlight what was linked, and just first of all remove the link. So you got plain text, then go back and make sure that when you're linking this, this is actually going somewhere that belongs to you. Don't advertise for us. And then down here, this is as easy as just changing the image. Now, all the images and graphics on our team channel just come from whatever was in the existing email. So when you browse the gallery right here, all you got to do, just replace that, save it, and then you're good to go. Now, once you do this, you're going to send yourself a test email. And then from that, you can receive it in your email, make sure everything looks good. And then once that email has been sent to you as a test, then it's going to be in your activity right here. And you'll just pull it up. Okay, that's the email that I sent to myself as a test. You go to the 3 dots, like we said, and you add it to the library, whatever the name that we used, and you're good to go. Once it's in your library, you've always got it there. It's always your copy. And when you go over here to campaigns, you can start to do your own campaigns. So number 1, when you create a campaign, you're going to be able to select a message. So number 1, as you're looking through your WealthWave system, if you find an email message that says, hey, that's a really good email message, write down the title of it, because when you search for the title, it'll pull up. And then you can continue to add legs here, and then you just put the interval. The first email in a campaign will be sent manually. You have to initiate that leg. Once that's done, the rest of this campaign will take care of itself over X amount of time. So if I want to send this 2 days later, this 3 days later after that, I would tell the system. Once it's built, then you have these campaigns here. You don't need to go wild with a bunch of different campaigns. I have a How Money Works client series, and then I have a VF General Recruiting Lead series, and a new partner. So this is more specific information. This is more general information. Once I launch that, these emails are going to start going through automatically. Now, you can build these. It's very, very easy, and you can use existing campaigns to create your own. So let's say that the 5-day How Money Works, got the 7-minute video, Rule of 72, Swiss Army Knife, ebook, 4 messages. You say, hey, I like that, but I want to make it a longer campaign. You just come over here to clone, and then you've got the existing messages. You can add whatever you want. So now I'm going to go through and add this message. I might have 7, 8, 9, 10 messages over a 60-day interval. That way I know when I've got a contact come in here that I launch on this, they're either going to get through the entire campaign, they're going to opt out at some point, or at some point they're going to continue to open and click links. I'm going to have a conversation with them. They're pretty easy to do that. I'll also post for you guys the setup that I have for these right here. So you can kind of see the intervals and what goes, the titles right here. It's very easy to set up. But going back to our campaign, you've got our channel. You've got 18 email messages. So you've got, see why everybody's embracing virtual work lifestyle. Do you ever wish you could be? You're invited. What does it mean to you? Can you recognize a perfect wave? It does not have to be this way. Virtual agency information, work is no longer a place. Virtual debate is over. A real revolution is happening right now. Did you know? Is this what you want? Build distribution like Netflix, Apple, McDonald's. This could be your chance. Not seeing this could cost you big time. Creating multiple streams of income, executive compensation, and potential for 6-figure residual income. The new virtual work answer helping many, and we challenge you. So there's 18 additional messages in there. Now remember, if you're in your system and there's already a system-wide email, that's already going to have your links and everything. The only thing you ever need to edit is something specific in these email messages that are on our channel to make it yours. And once you make it yours, you send yourself a test, proofread it to make sure the link's correct and everything. Once you do that, you go back to the activity, click on the 3 dots, add that to the library, and your copy will forever be there. Now, so we have email messages there that you guys can explore and use on top of what's already in the system. And we've got videos as well. So this is the email marketing to create potential prospects. This is GMAS training, living benefits overview, IUL intro, IUL advanced, let me get this straight overview, living benefits, Snipply, IUL versus, IRA 401k, cash flow quadrant. This is a digital disruption video, income calculator overview, digital nomad video. This is another time to take advantage. Disruptive innovation, tax exempt financial security asset. This is living benefits, annuity overview, 12-week year, LinkedIn intro overview. This is the automated system I use for my Helper or for my LinkedIn messages through Helper. It's 3 steps right there. LinkedIn and Facebook ROI tracking sheet overview. Living benefits, sprint track, framing conversations, tier 1 contact, the daily activity sheet, tier 5, tier 3, Facebook stories of transformation, online marketing, build, engage, sell, LinkedIn algorithms. So we'll continue to add that. So this is a channel that your partners get plugged into. We don't have to keep everything in file folders and stuff. It's going to be right here for them. So it's going to be a nice asset for us. And then finally, the last thing I added was some downloads and files that I thought might be pertinent for you guys. So number 1 is the common market, what it is with the script. These are some overviews for annuities that Julie Stewart did, training, suitability and sales ideas, creating future income, tax time annuity solutions. You got the quarterly base shop bonus program here, 12-week year planning, hidden and excessive 401k fees. You guys need to know what people are paying if you're going to be a professional. The real cost of owning a mutual fund. This is a sample F&A report. This is a business presentation overview, very general. 4 streams of income. This is the income calculator you can download for your partners. Daily activity sheet, living benefits. A lot of this stuff that says Word is actually PowerPoint. Living benefits, IUL, power of goals, social media recruiting guide. This is a swipe file to teach you how to write headlines people will actually open. LinkedIn Unlocked, LinkedIn Modern Recruiter's Guide, IRS Tax Bomb, F&A Prep for the cash flow, Elite Instagram Marketing, Copyright Bible. This is some good stuff too. Essential Cold Calling, a guide here. This is the extended Build a Better Tomorrow brochure, how to build a brand, annuity guide to meetings, how to control an annuity presentation, 101 video creation ideas, 100 email subject lines you actually click, 12 insider secrets for better pay-per-click campaigns, and this right here. So if somebody comes to me and says, hey, I don't know what to do with my LinkedIn profile, this is out of pretty much hundreds of things I've seen on LinkedIn. This is how I would organize my profile. It takes the profile from a resume type of bland profile to an actual showcase of what you do. And when you integrate some of your missions like how money works, employee to entrepreneur, like I said, it becomes a showcase of what you're doing instead of just one of those bland profiles out there. And people can get lost in links. They can access calendars. So this is definitely a good guide here. But that's what we've started. So between the email messages that you will have to edit to make yours and add to your libraries, videos that are for your information, and downloads and files of things I think that can help grow your business, and then the image and graphics is really all of this stuff that's uploaded while it's uploading the emails. They came here, so that's that as well. So like I said, this will be a good start for us, ton of information. It takes the burden off each individual partner to build these files and share it with their partners. It'll be right here. But I think going forward, as you guys become SVPs, you guys have different skill sets. Some of you guys are good marketers. That'll be in your channel. Some of you guys are really good managers. That stuff will be in your channel. And all of your partners, your office, and your portfolio of digital offices will take advantage of the channel and grow. And once again, if it's not reliant on you to provide X, Y, or Z, it creates velocity in the growth, and it creates independence faster. So if you guys need any help with any of this, let us know. I'll release the channel link on the Facebook group as soon as we finish up. And just kind of let us know what you guys need for your business because, like I said, next 18, 24 months is going to be quite the ride. I've seen where we've came in the past number of years, what we have now to offer, how we can attack the marketplace and really take market share. We're in an unbelievable opportunity. If you guys just pounce now with us, watch what happens.
Mike, that was an incredible training, and Mike is he just works nonstop on all of this stuff, and I really appreciate it and know that you all appreciate it too. We did have a question from Dan that I want to answer before I go ahead and close it down. Dan wanted to know about, can we check when you send someone a video, will the system tell you how much, if any, the prospect watched? So that's actually a great question. You could see in your WealthWave, let me just log back in really quick. Okay, so in your WealthWave, absolutely, you do have a tracker. So you could take a look at all the emails that you sent out and which ones have been opened, see, whether it's a group or not a group. And then you can also see, like, if they clicked on the link. Like in this example, it sent 6, 3 people opened it, 1 person clicked the link. So I can see the 3 that opened it, and I can, follow up with them, or I can click and see actually which one clicked on the link. So I hope that answers your question. Mike did a phenomenal job with our channel. There's also, the VF channel, the How Many Works channel, the E2E channel. There's a ton of stuff in here, holiday cards. So anyways, I wanted to thank Mike so much. Training was phenomenal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording, and then we will open up the floor for questions or anything else that anybody has. Also, we're always here for you on a one-on-one basis. Text message and email is the fastest way to reach us, or phone calls, of course, we'll take, as long as we're not on another call. Hope everybody has a wonderful and productive day. I appreciate everybody's time, and I hope to talk to all of you all soon. Thanks.